Okay, so astrology versus astrology engineering, part 2. Here's why I said, and it wasn't to be insulting, most people only know the tip of a flake on the top of an iceberg in astrology, particularly in astrology engineering. I go from the foundation of Aristotle, which was, I know nothing, so I must investigate, question everything. And it's only once I've done this work that then I can provide answers that actually link together and are coherent. Which is why I go from the unit circle, which is mathematical, and that's the basis of foundation for mathematics, which is the same as a zodiac wheel. 360 degrees is divisible by 3, by 4, and by 12. So, having said that, I want to show you why the multi-layering and the value of pi, which we find on this unit circle as being one diameter, the opposite, right? Why does it matter so much on earth as it is in heaven? So why religion is linked with that saying, let it be on earth as it is in heaven? And why the laws of attractions are what they are by opposition in the zodiac. Scorpio is opposite to Taurus. Taurus is governed by Venus, and Scorpio is governed by Pluto, right? You familiar with the phrase, hey, we're on the same vibe, I like your vibe, your frequency. Okay, if you go now do a compare and contrast, multi-layering astrology with actual astronomy studies and science, you will find on YouTube, planetary sounds, this is Venus. I think you can hear it from here. Okay? And if I move the cursor over to Pluto, which governs Scorpio across from Taurus, I get just about the same frequency, which is completely different from something like Jupiter or Uranus. Okay? We're not going to do all the planets here, I'll let you do that on your own. But the point being that engineering is layering things superimposed on top of each other, just like quantum physics, and just like the compass with the sundial on it, which was actually the first quantum computer back in Julius Caesar's day. It's just today's people haven't figured it out just yet, because they all have tunnel vision, only deciphering this. And it's only people who do travel and have genuine interest in the other cultures that can actually learn. So it requires a huge open mind. If you know that you're the narrow-minded type and you like just one thing and that's what it has to be, don't take astrology or astrology engineering because you won't get anywhere. Just trust those who actually have done the work and actually make sense to you when they're talking. If they're just not making any sense because it's too generalized, give it up. Here, I have a superimposition of the Greek alphabet, which follows the 24 hours of the day with 12 hours night, 12 hours day for one letter, very specific for night or day at a given hour. That's synchronized with the Qigong, the Chinese Qigong gates, okay, with all three doors open in the winter in North in Aquarius. And that's also synchronized with the Hindu Vedic wheel, which I also synchronize with the fact that the head in science is governed, the front lobe works on 7 megahertz. And indeed, across from Aries is the 7th house of Libra. And when I look underneath on my alphabetical wheel, I will find my M for megahertz and my H as well. Furthermore, these are simple magnets. When they're opposite, they attract. Flip them, put a negative with a positive, positive with a positive or negative with a positive, and you can't stick them together because they repel. Okay? So what works with magnets is the same thing that works with this. When you find two opposites of the same sun sign, they attract to one another. But why is it that sometimes the relationship doesn't last? Well, that has to do with their Chinese sign. Jupiter is the strongest magnetosphere in the solar system, scientifically speaking. And so with that large magnetosphere that has an orbit that is not perfectly circular, but elliptical, it has points where it is further from us and points where it is closest to us. This magnetosphere affects the magnetosphere of the Earth. Similarly to solar storms affect the magnetosphere of the Earth. And when you have an Earth that has an iron core and a bunch of magnetospheres of magnets around it, of course it's going to move that core to the side, banging against the crust of the Earth. Hence the relationship between astronomy, astrology, and volcanology, even tsunamis. When the Japan 2011 earthquakes happened, the tsunami, it was 2011, year of the rabbit, which puts Jupiter over in Aries, where I can indeed spell Japan, G-A-P-A-N. I don't know if you can see it on your screen depending on the size of your TV. Otherwise, go on the website h2o-incorporated.com and you will find that Astrology wheel on the, currently I only have it on the French page, which is called Université du Temps Libre on the very top corner on the right. And when you scroll all the way down, you will find a page similar to this, but that's actually the compass, and that only has 3 wheels. I mean, 2 Romans and 1 Greek, as opposed to this one has 2 Greeks, 2 Romans, which makes it completely full. So, the point I was trying to make is Jupiter was here, and the Sun on March 11th was right here, okay? That close to Jupiter, but it was in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. What did it give? A tsunami. So, there are a ton of other layers that I can explain here, but as I was showing with the other poster that was there with the Vedic wheel, each part of the body is governed by a specific sign, a specific planet, right? And so should you have this planet that aligns with Mars, for example, and that's your governing planet, that's going to cause you an inflammation. So now you have a link between astronomy, astrology, and medicine. And if it is an inflammation, because it's hot, then you want to cool it down. You can do this simply using ice packs, okay, made out of gel, that you put inside a pillowcase, and you wrap the pillowcase around however many times you like, or even inside another pillowcase if you're really sensitive to cold, so that it's not too cold. And the pillowcase acts like a thermometer. As you unfold it, it gets colder and colder. It's simple technology, no electronics, no nothing, just cold applied on something that is inflamed, and it calms it down. In sport, they call that cryogenic medicine. So they'll take a sport athlete that has inflammation from running or whatever, and put him in a room where they're going to freeze his entire body so that it heals, or put him in a bathtub full of ice. That's common. But if we don't link sport with inflammation, with why is it that we have this or that, then we don't understand anything. Astrology, the way I practice it, I can link astrology to Roland Garros in tennis. I was with my little brother visiting for holidays in the south of France, and I told him on 2 final games of the women finals, hey, I already know who is going to win because I already saw the birth charts of both players, and I know the chart of today, and I know who it is advantageous to. So therefore, this one's going to win. Not once, but twice. So I'm not saying astrology is here for you to make money or gamble, lottery or whatever, but I'm saying everything is connected to Thales theorem, interceptions, music even, the Euclidean rhythm is the same thing, frequencies. Saturn, for example, has a frequency of 400 megahertz. It turns out it's the same frequency that scientists have found in the burial chambers of the tombs of the pharaohs in the pyramids of Giza. There's no hazard, okay? So I'm gonna stop here so that we keep videos under 10 minutes, but the point is, If you want to know this, you got to study everything. Stop the narrow-mindedness. You're in the era of Aquarius, so open up. Thank you.